All right, yo, 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 it's your boy Eddie Star coming to you live from the pad. I got my main man.
What's up, everybody? It's Sammy, aka Laker Boii A's, coming live at you with my boy Eddie.
And he also has a separate channel that you guys, I can't stress to you how important it is that you guys need to, it's called the Laker Guys, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to post that in the description below so you guys could, go ahead and don't just subscribe, get notifications also. That way you have a little notification squad, if you're into this Laker Nation situation. All right.
Thanks, Eddie. It's just a channel where me and my homie Waleed, just like we're discussing right now, it's the same thing. We just talk about Laker topics, and it's really cool. It's a cool way for everybody to come together and just talk about Lakers.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? So now you got some dialogue. It ain't like just me, Eddie Starr, who's just talking in the trash truck to himself. You got a little dialogue going between him and his partner. And it's a really good channel, guys. I can't stress to you guys how important it is that you got to support the Laker talk. You got to support all of these guys that have different opinions about the Lakers. It's very important, right? We got to support each other. So with that being said, all right, we got to discuss some things, right?
We do.
We're talking about Laker free agency at this moment. Then we're going to get into another topic about potential dangerous teams and, what good teams might be out there this season for the 2016-2017 season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to know from you.
All right.
I want to know from you, what should the Lakers do in free agency?
Well, this is going to be contingent on we can't sign Durant. All right. Obviously, I really want Kevin Durant. If we get Kevin Durant, all chips are on the table. We got to make some flips and make this thing work for a championship now. But if Durant doesn't sign with us, which is highly likely at this moment because, he hasn't scheduled the meeting with us. So kind of hurts my feelings, but it's okay, Durant. Good luck wherever you land. But anyways, if we don't land Durant, I see us wanting to sign pieces around the young core. Preferably, I would want us to max out on a Whiteside.
Okay.
He is a rim protector. We need that. We have a big vacant spot at the center position, and not often do you see a player get triple doubles with blocks. Right. That's a huge deal, and he is not too old, not too young. He can build with this young core that we have, and I think Mitch can really sell it to him, saying, "Come be a part of something special. We're gonna rebuild and grow with you," and he can have that first option. Obviously, I don't think Miami can give him the 5th year, so we can give him the same max contract. It's not like we are in a bad position. Everybody's equal here. So that's great. And we should really sign defensive-oriented players. Last year, we were the worst defensive team. And I think we should sign a player, hopefully like Batum. I know Batum might sign with the Hornets again, but he's defensively there. And he's a wingman that can help Brandon Ingram develop into a better player. And it's those type of players that I want. Now, I understand Batum's contract might be a bit too high. Okay. I just want players that are veteran pieces, players that are defensively there, and players that can guide this young core to grow properly. We shouldn't max out on players we don't need to. We can save cap space also. I feel like a lot of Laker fans are out there thinking that, we need to get a player. If we don't get a player, we failed as a free agent class. And that's stupid. We should get players that are going to complement the squad and help them grow. We shouldn't set ourselves up for failure.
Okay, all right. So I'm feeling that. All right. So far you're on the same page. Now, I'm pretty sure. All right, if you're on Lakers Twitter, you already know what's going on. Lakers are targeting Hassan Whiteside. All right,
Okay.
they're going after the brother. And this is what they should do. All right, this is what they need to do. Out of the day before July 1st, 9:00 p.m. our time. All right, because it'll be what, almost 12 o'clock when 12 o'clock hits on the East Coast. You're right in front of Hassan Whiteside's door, and you say, "Hey, I'm Mitch Kupchak. You know about me, blah blah blah. That's what we're gonna do." But now Hassan Whiteside had made a comment, if I'm not mistaken, he had made a comment that said, "I'm a businessman before a basketball player. I'm a businessman."
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I know a couple of these guys.
Brandon. He wants to get Brandon.
So he bought that money. He bought that paper. He like what's his name? Von Miller right now. He bought that paper. All right. That's a separate subject. I ain't gonna get into that. So let's look at who we do have, right? We got Anthony Brown, who I say is in between. I think they keep him, right? Because he's a shooter. He's a 3-and-D guy. So let's just talk about who we got. We got Anthony Brown, Brandon Ingram, Larry Nance Jr., Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, Lou Williams, Ivica Zubac, Nick Young, Tariq Black. Well, Tariq Black is an unrestricted free agent, and Jordan Clarkson is a restricted free agent. Yes. So our number one guy is going to be Jordan Clarkson, but
gotta get him back.
Not quite really, but he already wants. He's down. He's down with joining us. So I think Jordan Clarkson resigned. He's all in. If you go on Lakers Twitter, you've seen him in all the pictures just cheesing.
He's out here in interviews, repping Lakers. He loves it here.
Yeah. So I think Ryan Kelly's a restricted free agent. Huerta's a free agent. But it's looking like that's about, 8 guys that I named that are solid.
Yeah.
Clarkson's coming back, so that's going to be 9. Mm-hmm. So what the Lakers need to do is they need to go after Whiteside. If you don't get Whiteside, right, you go after a guy like Joakim Noah, who I'm kind of like, I don't know if this guy's going to come to the Lakers because he has his best friend Derrick Rose
up in the Knicks.
With the Knicks. The Knicks he's already been out there. Hey man, Noah knows how bad I want him out here. And the Knicks, I'll get into them. I'll get into that. But we're sticking with the Lakers at this point, right? So you need to go after Hassan Whiteside. If you can't get a Hassan Whiteside, then what you need to do is go after a guy like Noah or Horford.
He's a defensive presence.
Right. So. And Horford is a forward center, right? He's like a power forward / center. Yeah. But he's solid. He's solid. Also, don't sleep on Bismack Biyombo. I know a lot of guys are upset and curse me out, but he's a defensive guy, right? And if you can't get none of these guys, you want to scoop him up before the other guys. But
it also, I think it depends on the contract. We shouldn't pay him too much. I don't think Biyombo's worth a lot of money. He's more of an energizer guy.
What he did was he had a great series, and he's trying to monetize off of that great series that he had. So he had some games in there where everybody just their jaw dropped like, wow, Bismack Biyombo, man. He just 4 or 5 years ago he was a laughing stock. So now he had a couple great games, and they're like, yeah, he could possibly be a defensive guy. We just need some kind of defensive presence. I think it's going to be a faster pace now that Kobe's gone. Now that some of the older guys, Meta World Peace. Yeah. Now that these guys, all of the guys I pretty much named, are youngsters. They're under 25 or 20.
I saw our average age for the team is like 23.
Yeah. So. I think Lou Williams. No, Nick Young is the oldest guy on the team, and I don't know what they're gonna do with this guy.
Doesn't act old.
You got to do something. You got to get rid of this guy. But Nick Young is a polyp on the team. Yeah. He might do well. You know what? He did well under Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni. I remember going to a game where they played a bum ass team like the Orlando Magic, and Nick Young was getting buckets under D'Antoni. But
was that his contract year? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Don't get me lying. But he was balling, right? Yeah. I was like, man. I believe this is around the time that Paul Gasol had he had left the game actually because he had what's the thing with the ear where you lose your balance? You kind of lose your balance.
I know it's tunnel or something like that.
Vertigo, I think it's vertigo. Or vertigo. Something where you lose your balance. And he left the game because I was like, what the hell happened? Because when you're in the actual arena, you don't have John Ireland or Michael Thompson telling you what's going on in the game. When you're watching a live game at Staples Centers, it's totally different. You don't have that commentary. You're just like rooting with the fans. So anyhow, Nick Young had got his buckets under D'Antoni.
Yes.
Can he get buckets under Luke Walton? I don't know. I don't want to know. I just want this guy off the team.
Seriously.
I just feel like it's just too much tension between D'Angelo Russell and Nick Young. It's nothing that can iron that over. I just want him out of the team just because D'Angelo Russell's more talented, right?
Exactly, and a clean slate.
It's a clean slate. He's younger. You can build with D'Angelo Russell just from a business aspect. 100%. Don't agree with what D'Angelo Russell did, but at the same time, I'm for D'Angelo Russell when it comes to that argument because he's a talented one. He's young, right?
Exactly.
So who do we need to bring in other than Whiteside? I'm asking you. I'm bringing it back to you.
Okay, well, I like Ken Bazemore. All right, he's a good player. He might ask for a little too much, I think, in my opinion. But he's a really good player because he can come in and he can do the scoring. He's decent at rebounding, so that's not bad. Evan Turner is a player I want. He's defensively there.
Okay.
He's defensively going to be there. He did pretty well under the Celtics this year. He didn't do too bad.
Okay.
I know under the Celtics, but
well, look, I'm gonna tell you about Evan Turner. Evan Turner, he had made a comment earlier this year. He had said, well, this is the first time that a team's actually wanted me back. So I think he's Celtics because, you know, it's not too many teams out there that want him. Other than the Celtics, he's kind of in that Austin Rivers boat. I think Austin Rivers is going to get with a team, but he's not a guy that's sought after.
That's true. That's true.
You see what I'm saying? You're going to go.
What you're saying.
He's like one of the last guys. He's with OJ Mayo. He's with a couple other unrestricted free agents like Doral Wright. You know, who I think the Lakers should go after. He's an LA guy. He's a journeyman, and he wouldn't be bad to be like a backup. But I think for some reason he has a what's his name? Mitch Kupchak has a thing for North Carolina guys and Duke guys. So I think he looks at Marvin Williams, an unknown name. It's a backup center kind of guy, and he goes to like some guy like Marvin Williams and gives him easily as kind of what's that guy Ed Davis? Ed Davis used to be on
Davis, he was on the team.
Ed Davis kind of contract where he's just a big guy that's just down low.
That's kind of like Mozgov's a good option as well.
Yeah,
I think he could leave Cleveland unless he wants to compete.
Mozgov is good, right? Mozgov is good, but the thing is, I think that he resigns with Cleveland.
Optimistically, I hope he doesn't.
Influence has a lot to do with everything. And I know a lot of guys are talking about, why you guys aren't talking about Harrison Barnes? What's up with that? Harrison Barnes is a restricted free agent, and he sounded very, very ambiguous and vague as far as free agency. He wasn't like, I'm all in. He wasn't like, I'm all in with the Warriors. He kind of was just like, well,
he's whatever about
it. I don't know what may happen. You know, things may occur in life. I'm not sure. So he didn't sound too confident that he was going to remain with Golden State. But if they have a chance to go after KD, I think they're just like, hey, take him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. If I can get KD and Harrison, upgrade, that's just going to be extra money for us to get KD. Hell, leave. And if he wants to come to the Lakers, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But where does he fit in?
Exactly. With Ingram coming in, we need to develop Ingram.
See, because now we were just before we was talking, I had a bunch of guys on Twitter. One of my boys, he hollered at me on Twitter. He said, "Look, man, DeMar DeRozan said he don't want to come to the Lakers, right?" Yeah. DeMar DeRozan is a ball stopper. He's a guy that's going to take a lot of shots. And he's something. Something is better than nothing, but you have to look at it like, okay, we are basically in a situation where we're trying to be an incubator, which means you got a bunch of babies in the little incubator and you're trying to raise them to be Laker goats, right? And they're all good. They're all really all good and talented, but this isn't a time to just have some guy in here chuck up shots and
exactly
the development of the youth. That's all.
I think it's really important that, in my opinion, DeRozan's a really good player. He is a ball stopper, like you said, and I think he could complement a superstar very well. If for example, we had like a KD, you know, I'm not saying DeRozan would fit him per se, but I'm saying a player along the status of DeRozan would play well into that factor, where it's like, okay, we have a superstar player, let's build around him and sign a DeRozan. You know what I mean? Let's make a big three, that's where DeRozan fits in. Exactly.
He's a Robin. He's not a Batman. He's a Robin.
Thank you. Exactly. So you broke it down perfectly. So if you were to sign a DeRozan, it's like getting Robin before Batman. You know, it wouldn't work. We'd be taking a risk. We're gambling at this point. So,
but I have to give them props because they made it known. Look, everybody's waiting for KD, even the Lakers. Yeah. Don't let them get confused. All right. A lot of these teams, they're begging. They're like, look, man. KD, you know, when you get a chance, let me holler at you, brother. You know, I'm trying to schedule a meeting with you, brother. As we get closer to the thing, you're going to start seeing people like, yeah, brother, I think we need to get a little private, go to Starbucks or something like that. Let's just have a powwow, me, you, and your agent or whatever. Because everybody wants a shot at him.
Everybody.
But, I mean, with Ingram right there, right, I don't see how that works. I don't see how that works, right? Because we go back into stunting the development, right? Because
what it reminds me of is if we were to sign a KD, I think what would happen is, this is just in my strictly opinion, there's no facts or anything. I think what would happen is kind of like how LeBron went back to Cleveland, they were going to trade Wiggins, and they were going to try to make a big three. You get what I'm saying? They got K-Love, they had Kyrie. Same thing would probably happen. You get a Durant, and then Mitch is there sitting there thinking, okay, Brandon Ingram and KD have kind of a parallel game. They wouldn't work well together. Let's trade Ingram. Let's go trade him for another player, another team, maybe like Sacramento for Boogie. And that's how it would play out.
This is what happens, right? You start because they were getting they were inundated with calls. All of these people just calling them. Mitch, yo, what's going on with that second pick? The kid's good, okay? Because he was getting flooded. Flooded with calls. Yo, what's up with Brandon Ingram, man? What's up with I got this guy, some bums. Y'all don't even know what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then they try to throw D'Angelo Russell. They try to take D'Angelo Russell, the damn Kings. They try to snatch D'Angelo Russell.
I ain't trying to ruin D'Angelo's career with the Kings.
Come on now. Now they do have a good coach, and they did get a good coach, but it's just too dysfunctional for me, man. I mean, teams like the Sacramento Kings, it's like, why don't you guys move to Seattle? Go somewhere where it's somebody that's waiting for you.
Exactly, somebody that appreciates you.
Somewhere.
Seattle, definitely. I feel bad for them. They deserve a team again.
It's like when you go to Sacramento, it's this Cowtown, cowbells, and you just think all of these stereotypes, and you just look at what's his name, Boogie Cousins, and Boogie Cousins just always putting out these disgruntled ass tweets. He's putting out these tweets where he's like disgruntled, like
just recently. So help me God, something along those lines.
Lord, give me the stream for because he's like, man, this is dysfunctional. This is dysfunctional, and he's like, come on, he's low key like, man, I'm looking for a team to put on that cape and save me.
Yo, on the real, I can't wait till it's free agency. I wonder how that's gonna pan out. People are gonna go crazy.
You know what? It's a lot of activity. It seems like it's kind of been stagnant for it was none of the blockbuster trades or anything like that. So when I think the last big one that was last big thing was LeBron went back to Cleveland. That was like
huge.
So
huge.
Like I said, I haven't seen nothing. But this season, it's like, okay, we're moving Derrick Rose over here. We're doing this. We're moving that. So I guess to sum up everything, what I'm saying about what the Lakers need, what they need to do, they need to go after Hassan Whiteside. And what you do is you get a guy like Ryan Anderson, a guy who's unrestricted free agent, plays for the Pelicans. You sign a guy like that that can kind of work into the system, be a backup, or sometimes even start in case Ingram gets injured. God forbid, I'm not cursing nobody, but injury happens or something like that. You have somebody in there that could kind of come in and be a 3-point guy or something like that.
I know Anthony Brown isn't going to come in there and do the work.
Anthony Brown's not going to come in and light it up. He's still trying to figure out his way in this league. He's about like, man, I mean, I'm telling you, if he doesn't do well,
he's at the bottom. He's literally scraping D League.
He's in between the D League and being in Turkey. It's like he's about to be with Jordan Farmar pretty soon.
It's a scary place for him, really though.
Yeah, so I'm wishing him well. I have a lot of hope for him, and I think a lot of times is Byron Scott was very a dictator.
He was.
You either practice real hard or you don't play. You play, you don't play, and it's like, dude, nobody plays. Look at there's a couple guys that really are good defense guys like CP3, Kawhi Leonard. That's their specialty.
Jimmy Butler.
Look at these guys. None of these guys really play no lockdown defense.
Exactly.
Most of the stars, as I said in my video before, when they get to the All-Star game, they're like,
they don't give a damn.
200 points. They're doing dunks, hitting ridiculous ass half-court shots. nobody.
There was only Westbrooks and Kobe's out there doing defense in All-Star games. It's just those guys.
And the thing is, you just really need. You really do need a defender. You do need a guy down low. You need big guys are important, as we've seen with the OKC series, where you had what's the ponytail guy, like the Australian? I don't know. Yeah, so he was down there.
That guy's a monster, bro.
He was going at it, Draymond. He's like, you're not bullying me. You're not punking me. I'm a man like you, a man. Respect me.
Yeah,
and so you need somebody like that on the team. That's what the Lakers did a while back when they got Meta World Peace.
Yeah.
You need a guy that kind of just
changed it up.
Right. And so you need a guy like that. So that's my thing. You get a Ryan Anderson, a couple guys said Courtney Lee. You go after some guys, a couple guys that are locker room guys.
Exactly.
Right. And you don't have to make nothing where you're getting Durant and they're making these trades and using assets to trade. What you could do is just get some guys, get a Hassan Whiteside, a defensive.
Literally.
Somebody's just going to get in there, play defense, and have a couple good dunks and make the Laker fans go crazy.
Exactly. And he is the energizer guy as well. So you're getting like two in one in a sense. So he's a good guy.
Okay, so before we get into this next topic, do the Lakers trade Nick Young?
Yes. Hands down.
I think it's very, very important. And what do you think they get back? He's one of those guys where you have to trade him while he's hot. Right? Because not really consistent. He's a poverty-stricken version of Jamal Crawford.
Cold. He's cold right now.
Crawford, but he's a Jamal Crawford-ish player where he's shooting all these crazy shots. So look, if you give up Nick Young, what I think happens is you have to take on a bad salary. You got to take on somebody that you're like, oh my God, why would we take this guy? But you take one headache and you trade him for another.
Exactly.
But I think that's the only way that things. Nick Young situation.
It clears it off the court. I mean, being off the court, it's huge for young core. When you're that young, everything is malleable in your head. So if you got Nick Young in the locker room, you're D'Angelo Russell. You see him every day. There's going to be a little bit of hostility with you. It's just going to be some tension. It's not good.
The thing is, what happens is the players have to choose sides.
Exactly.
You get what I mean?
You're right.
There's a vision where I'm a player. You know what I'm saying? I do my thing when I'm off the court. And I ain't with that stuff there, so I'm kind of with Nick Young. And it's like, just get that off the damn team. You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about people joining this side or joining the other side.
And we really do not have time for petty stuff like that.
It's petty. The whole TMZ situation is just real petty. It's just like, this brother need to go to another team somewhere, and let's just whatever we got to take back.
Even he needs a fresh start, I think, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
He's not a bad player per se. He's a shooter, so let him go to a team and just be that guy.
He's a guy where you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah,
you just don't know. Maybe one night he might give you 25.
Yeah.
The next night he might give you 9. He might give you 15 the next game.
He's definitely a streaky guy. He can have a hot hand sometimes.
Have a hot hand. He can be really good, and then the other times you're just like,
or freeze up. It gets cool.
Yeah. So Nick Young must go. Me and you agree on that, right?
Definitely.
All right. So let's get into potential dangerous teams for next season.
All right. Okay.
Now, I don't know who you think is the tough teams, who the top teams for you. But I would like to hear what you think as far as potential scenarios, because nothing's really happened yet.
Exactly.
Little tiny things happening here and there. But what is your take on the NBA and what's going to happen now that the potential with the free agents? What potential dangerous teams are there? And then after this, we'll get into the younger dangerous teams, because
Minnesota.
We're gonna get on Minnesota for a minute.
All right.
But I just want to know your take as far as who do you think is the next
team,
right?
All right. Well, I think so these two teams I'm going to name are obvious, but I'll explain why I'm going to say them and why I need to explain it. OKC, the trade they made was amazing. I think that Ibaka, he wasn't happy with OKC. He's an amazing player. He's going to be great at the Magic. He'll be their guy. but they weren't using him to his full advantage, and OKC was lacking at the shooting guard position. So now that they got their boy Oladipo, that's gonna spread the floor big time.
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of like what Denver did. Denver got a couple shooters to surround Moutier, but I don't really think they're gonna be. Man.
But exactly.
They got a couple shooters. They can spread the floor. They got some shooters though. They did
exactly.
So.
Oh, did they draft Murray?
Who?
DeJounte
Murray?
Yeah.
I think DeJounte Murray went to the Spurs.
Oh no, Jamal Murray. Who drafted Jamal Murray? I'm not sure. But that guy's a shooter. That boy's the truth too. But anyways, OKC's a good team. Great trade that they did because they have Cantor, obviously. So and they have Steven Adams. So they didn't need that extra big guy.
Right.
It made no sense. So good for them. I think they're definitely going to be there. Warriors are coming back. I think they have a chip on their shoulder. I don't think they're going to have that 73-win season again, but they'll make a good playoff run. And honestly, I'm going to go on a limb. I think OKC is going to make the Western Conference Final. It's so early to tell. But it's so but their team is stacked right now, and I'll tell you why. In my opinion, I know I'm getting so into it, but in my opinion, I think KD, because of the salary cap rise, is going to sign a 2-year deal where he opts on the next year. Right now, it seems like the best option to stay in OKC. Everything's going with him. Next year, I think him and Westbrook will leave. I don't believe they'll go to the same team, but I think this year he's staying in OKC. And if he does, OKC's a dangerous team. Cleveland, insanely dangerous. They just came off a championship. Everybody doubted them. Nobody believed in them. I, for one, thought they were done after the 3-1 Warriors lead.
Me too.
You can't front. Nobody can front.
Hey, even though I'm pro LeBron, and that's like the most dislikes. I got more dislikes than anything because they just hate to mention the LeBron.
That was a good video. I was happy somebody supported LeBron out there and appreciated it.
Sometimes you just got to, like I said, I'm going to give it to you raw. And I understand why a lot of you guys don't like him. I understand why you like. He's passive aggressive. He does things petty like that little shirt and Kermit the Frog and
but I mean that's LeBron in a nutshell, and he's just a great player.
Always passive aggressive.
Yeah. Oh.
But the thing is, what I hear a lot of guys say on my videos, like, man, this guy, he cries on every call. Now,
everybody, all the greats.
I don't know what team y'all been rooting for, but I'm not gonna go there. There's a lot of players that cry after calls, but I ain't gonna go there.
All I'm gonna say about LeBron is when he retires and he has his retirement tour, a lot of people are gonna look back at his career and say, "Damn, I wish I had paid attention. I wish I wasn't hated."
The thing is, he's just not a likable person. He does a lot of stuff that people don't like.
Takes people off,
Yeah, but I give him his props though, man, because I be coming, man. So that's it. That's all you got.
No. So Detroit, I know they got knocked out in the first round. Now hear me out. They're not gonna listen. They're not a team. They're not gonna go to the Eastern Conference. They're not gonna make the finals. But hear me out. Maybe I should have saved this for the young teams that are going to be really good.
Okay.
That's a better option because I'm mixing that up. But I think the Clippers, they're done. Their team's getting old. I think they should break apart. I don't think they're going to do well. The Spurs, there's big talks that KD would go there. And if he does, that's insane. With Greg Popovich running him, I think it's limitless for them. Okay. And other than that, hopefully the Trailblazers can do something well this season. Damian Lillard's the truth. He's a really good point guard. Top 5 in the league. Top 5.
Okay.
So other than that, I think the league's gonna stay how it was kind of this year. No team's gonna jump up and be like, oh my gosh, where did they come from? It's gonna relatively be in that same space.
Okay, so this is my take. Golden State Warriors will be extremely, extremely, extremely dangerous next year.
Oh, okay.
Because they have KD. They can bring in KD, and that could just be it. That could just be over with.
That's a dynasty. Yeah, that's a dynasty.
You spread the floor. You got KD over here. You got Steph Curry over there, and you got Klay Thompson over there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is unfair. I'm like Dan Gilbert. I'm like everybody else is a Washington Generals at this point, right?
Yeah, for real. So,
Golden State could be really, really, really dangerous.
Really bad.
Really, really dangerous. If they getting, hey, look, KD. We're gonna let Harrison Barnes do his thing. We're gonna let him go. We're gonna make this cap room just gonna be all about you and blah blah blah, whatever. And it's a new market, and this could be some place that him and Steph Curry they can kind of build a are we one of the greatest teams in history type
They're
of
both
deal.
young. They're 27, 28.
They're very young, and they can kind of grow. So Golden State is going to be very, very dangerous if they can get either KD or Whiteside, because Whiteside isn't committed to anybody, even though the Lakers are going after him. They could go after like a Whiteside or something.
That would change the Warriors' game style. They would have to play differently with a Whiteside in the mix now.
I think Whiteside is a defensive guy. He's gonna make sure they're good on the defensive side.
Yeah,
right? And
that's true.
Not so much offense, but defense is going to be a guy that they can be like, oh yeah, I don't know if we could just have these guys driving in, right? Like,
and I think you hit the nail on the head, man. They got exposed in the OKC series.
Right. And
they can't do small ball forever.
And I believe Whiteside even had sent out a tweet. Whiteside had sent out a tweet that said, "Now you guys see why it's important to have big men on the team." Hassan Whiteside said that. He had sent out a tweet. All right, so that's the number one dangerous team. Okay.
Yeah.
Second dangerous team is Cleveland, right? And just because I'm giving props, right? I'm just giving props because I never saw that coming. If somehow Kyrie Irving takes it to that next level, okay, because
Kyrie, I see a little Mamba in him.
Right.
I see a little Mamba.
I was like, when he hit that shot, he said Mamba mentality.
Exactly.
I'm a little history back when Kyrie Irving, I think when they was on a USA team.
He wanted to go against Kobe, right? He's like, I'm gonna take you.
Man, what is this? Bow Wow? He something like that. Like, this is Bow Wow or something. Like, this guy's a joke, right?
Yeah.
But he said Mamba mentality, and he got in attack mode, and he hit that.
He hit the ballsiest shot ever, dude.
Oh yeah, if he didn't hit that shot, that game was even close.
Say what you want about LeBron. I don't think he's the best closer. Kyrie's that closer. He finished that game off.
Oh, absolutely.
He took it and ended it. So props to him.
It caught me off guard, and I know Kobe would have hit those damn free throws. Crying and shit.
That's why LeBron gets he gets that hate. I understand.
Like Paul Pierce, okay? He just I started to cry and shit. I'm like, what happened? How could this happen to a legend?
Exactly.
Then he got.
And I saw the replay. It didn't look that bad. Come on.
I see why they hate him. I see why.
He gets
okay, so that's a team where he could convince somebody. I don't know who he could convince. Maybe an Al Horford but they have to get rid of Love.
Definitely. I think Tyronn Lue said that he's probably not going to trade Love, but I think that's just a formality. I think it's professional to say that, obviously, because it's an organization. But you could tell, man, Love only showed up in the game 7, and all he did was get rebounds, which he's supposed to do. But he's supposed to give it all. He's supposed to give you offense and defense. And he shows up at nights and only scores 3 points. It's terrible. They use him as a 3-point shooter. I mean, you might as well just go freaking sign another player in free agency. I mean, it pisses me off because Kevin Love is not a bad player. And with Cleveland, he doesn't fit there. He looks unhappy. I'm happy he got his ring. Congrats, Kevin Love. You got your ring. But, it's kind of like I saw it on Twitter. It's like that one student that got the A+ on the project and didn't do any of the work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was a tag along.
I'm pretty sure you look like a university student. You got a program and you put together a project. You got your everything set up and
exactly. Like I'm like LeBron out here. I'm like, let's get this shit set up. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then there's that fool just sitting over there like, I'm here for
you got your Prezi.com little thing. I'm presenting on Prezi.com. I got everything. Breaking everything down, and then this motherfucker in the back just chilling like,
what's up, man? Hey, just go get me that ring real quick. That's it. That's all.
He good job, man. Good job. Keep it up.
So
he mess around and get an A with y'all, and you like, man. So that's Kevin Love. Kevin Love has to figure out what. I don't know. They got to do something. They got to find somebody that's more effective.
Exactly.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying he's not effective
in that system.
You need to get somebody. You need to get somebody in there that's like, look, man, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna do whatever it takes for us to win. Mm-hmm. I started to see that grit towards that last game, but they got to get rid of him. Okay, so that's enough with Cleveland, right? So OKC, if they re-sign KD, they're gonna be a pretty damn good team because I think this was the same. Oladipo came out of the draft, I think, with Clarkson.
Second. Yeah, he was second pick too.
Right,
So,
second pick. Clarkson
yeah.
to me is still better, right? But
Oh yeah, Clarkson's the truth.
But Oladipo is a good player. All right,
Yeah,
and
he is.
on OKC, what I wonder about is what I wonder about is Deion Waiters. It's like
He's good
Deion
too.
Waiters, what are you?
He's not amazing.
Well, he's a decent player. But
Deion.
No, Deion Waiters is a decent player. It's just I wonder about his role now. He's always been a guy like confident. I take the shot. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. And now he has an extra shooter there. But I think it's just more.
Exactly.
It's more weapons. So I think that was a
Yeah.
hell of a trade that they pulled off. And I think Sabonis' son, he can develop well under that system with big guys and stuff. I think it's gonna be awesome. I guess just me personally.
And the best thing is Oladipo. He's a scorer, but also he doesn't have that alpha in him. And since Russell Westbrook and KD are the alphas, he'll fit perfectly into that roster. And then Robertson's a really good defensive player, so he'll come out the bench with defense. And I think it's just the team's stacked now, and I'm looking forward to seeing them this season. It's a good
So
team.
I agree. So next, the one that you missed that was obvious was the New York Knicks. How could you
I'd say it's debatable. It's debatable.
You know what? They're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
They're on the East Coast. So it's totally different. They are a Paul Gasol away. Hey, Phil Jackson. Hey, Paul Gasol, what's going on, man? You mind coming to the Knicks? Whatever. You know what I mean? They're
True.
You got what's his name? Dirk Nowitzki. He could just come off the bench. He could come off the bench.
I doubt Dirk will leave.
We don't know. You know what I'm saying? He's an unrestricted free agent.
True.
You could call him up. You could call D12. Hey, I know you want to rebuild yourself. Why don't you come down to the Knicks? And
I could possibly see Whiteside be intrigued by the Knicks more so.
I can see that too. But see, that's another thing. They have many options now.
Yeah, they do.
Kevin Durant. You got Derrick Rose, who's a former MVP over here, and you got Carmelo Anthony. You could come over here and you're gonna be a star.
And Porzingis.
So you could be over here and be a star, man, and you guys can have a dynasty. You got your own market. They can get in. All they have is a good. They're just a great pitch away from getting a couple good players that are really, really good that can make them some contenders on the East. That'll make it very, very tough for Cleveland instead of it just being a breeze. Because Toronto Raptors is a good team. I'm not hating on the Raptors. What I'm saying is that if the New York Knicks now, they somehow rise on the East Coast. They're not just a team that you're like, oh man. Now everybody's like, look, dude, Derrick Rose is a bum. Derrick Rose had a lot of injuries.
I think Derrick Rose, he did get a lot of injuries, and he hasn't played over 30 minutes in a game in like the past 5 years. The guy, so basically to break down what I'm thinking, I think the New York Knicks on paper look amazing right now. You got D Rose, you got Carmelo, you got Porzingis, and potentially maybe a Whiteside or a Durant. But also, that's just, you haven't seen them play. You don't know how it's going to pan out. And with the Knicks, the history of how it goes down with them in free agency, it doesn't look well. You know what I'm saying? It usually doesn't work out. And I think with the roster that they have set right now, with Derrick Rose, who's to say that he's going to come back to the old form? He might not.
You know what it is? I think that I've been like a Derrick Rose guy. But you know what it is? Derrick Rose.
I'm huge on him. He was my favorite.
Come on, man. When that MVP season, that year where LeBron shut him down in the playoffs and the finals, man, he was unreal. He was good. So
he was the truth. That was the same draft class with Stephen Curry and Russell Westbrook and D Rose. Yeah. If D Rose stayed healthy, that would have been. Damn, dude. D Rose right now, I think if he never got injured, he would have at least made the finals. Or maybe he could have got a championship. Maybe he could have with that team, because at the time the team was really good. Joakim Noah was young. You saw the players. It was a great team.
Exactly. They were a good team. I believe Taj Gibson, he was putting in work. I remember he blocked. I think he dunked on Dwayne Wade, or he blocked Dwayne Wade.
Man.
Yeah. So that's a team that basically I see. They're it's kind of questionable. It is suspect. They're suspect.
I put a suspect on them. Exactly.
It's an asterisk next to dangerous because we don't know who they could be. But as far as talent, though, I think they're a couple pieces away from maybe not this year because you know what, D Rose is only a rental.
He is. It's a 1-year deal. They didn't lose either.
He may have something to play for. Right? So okay, so let's get into the young and dangerous. All right, so I'm gonna let you lead this because I've been talking long now.
Yeah, bro, Minnesota Timberwolves. Since last year, I knew this team was the truth. Karl Anthony Towns, he's better than Ben Simmons. That's very controversial to say. This guy can do everything. He can do everything, Eddie. He can shoot the three. He's good in the paint. He can do mid-range. He's good with the handle. He's quick. I mean, he's the truth. And then on top of that, they got Andrew Wiggins, who in my opinion is going to be a beast. Kobe Bryant went on a limb saying that this guy is going to be the truth. He's better than me when I was his age. All right. And then on top of that, they got Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn, he has a mentality that's really strong. I don't know if you've seen his interviews, his game. He's a hardcore guy. Like, he really is about just being tough. That's what he has. He has toughness and he has defense. So, and he's also, I think, a junior. So he's not like a rookie. He's semi-experienced. So I think Minnesota is a team you really have to look out for. They have Zach LaVine also, by the way. So it's a team that's stacked. They're kind of like our team on steroids in a sense, as far as it comes to a young core. Seriously, I am so. Yo, no, listen, I am high on the Timberwolves. I think if they manage to keep this team, they could have something special. Everybody complements each other well, and they're just a few pieces away. And by the way, I just want to talk about how the Bulls, it was insane. They were about to get Jimmy Butler in a trade, but they didn't want to. All they were supposed to give up was that, I think, the 5th pick and with Zach LaVine. But they said no. And they said no because they wanted to keep Zach LaVine, and they said we only do the trade if you take Ricky Rubio. And I was like, what the hell? Are you serious? Zach LaVine's good, but I mean Jimmy Butler, Chris Dunn, it's stupid. They could have had Jimmy Butler right now, and I think he would have fit that squad well, regardless of
they're trying to get rid of Ricky Rubio. It's just, you know what it is.
What?
They have to make a trade with Ricky Rubio. Maybe we can work out a deal. Look, hey, we'll take Ricky Rubio if you take Nick Young. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Ricky.
Go ahead, take Nick Young. I'll take Ricky Rubio. That's cool.
Exactly.
The youngsters. Let them go over there.
Yeah, he would do well with us. You know, I think that'd be good. But,
okay, so.
Minnesota, okay, I'm not done though, but I'm not done there yet.
Go ahead.
So I think the Magic's a good team too. Well, actually, I take that back. They lost Oladipo, so they kind of just.
Well, look, this is why I like Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a team that has Chris Dunn. He's a natural.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, dude, that kid's the truth.
I'm gonna get on that too.
Yeah, get on it, man.
Okay, so Minnesota, they have Chris Dunn. I'm really high on Chris Dunn. He's going to be. He's going to be a steal of this draft. He's going to be really good because I believe the coach of Providence, his coach had went on Colin Cowherd and said, "Man, this kid is so good defensively, it's ridiculous. He's really good defensively." Now he has an issue with turnovers. He's made some questionable turnovers or whatever.
It's pretty common though amongst point guards.
Yeah, that's a common problem. We can even say that about D'Lo.
Yeah,
but
big time.
The thing is, Chris Dunn has that heart. He has that. You can look at a person's eyes. You can tell in a person's eyes, are they ready? Are they ready for this challenge? And Chris Dunn, under Tom Thibodeau, who has a history for getting the most out of his players. Okay, he gets the most out of his players. A lot of those teams,
defensively, especially.
Defensively, he is. I guess you could say that was it Jim Harbaugh, the guy who's now he's coach of Michigan State. He's kind of like a guy who can get the most out of his players. He's a guy that got the most out of Colin Kaepernick.
Jimmy Butler. He got Jimmy Butler to be where he's at right now.
Got Jimmy Butler to be on that level that's like really, really good. He pushes his players and he can be a little bit too much, but he gets the best out of them. So I think coaching has a lot to do with it. He's a defensive guy. He's going to love Chris Dunn. I think he wanted Jimmy Butler because of familiarity. But as far as like Chris Dunn, I think he's going to be set.
They're good either way now. Yeah.
You got Cat. You got Big Cat over there, right? He's like, man, I don't know. I'm not going to say better than Anthony.
But Cat, his rookie stats are similar to Kareem and Tim Duncan. I mean, that's crazy. That's good.
No, he's a solid player. You have Zach LaVine, who's a good, decent. He's going to make a couple All-Star teams during this.
Flashy guy.
Flashy guy. And then you have Andrew Wiggins, right? Andrew Wiggins is a guy that's been solid.
Got a chip on his shoulder too.
Yeah. So this is a young team I think that's really solid. Like, be careful because they have everything. They have the coaching and they have the players. Exactly. So as you was talking about Milwaukee, I'll let you get into that.
So yeah, I think that team is ready. Not ready for like championship or playoffs, but I think they're ready on the brink to be noticed. All right, Antetokounmpo is going to be playing the point guard position. He's going to be kind of like a Magic Johnson. This guy's long. He has length. He can defend. He can pass really well. He can score. Only weakness in his game is he can't shoot at the perimeter. Other than that, this guy is really good. And I believe, no, that's Utah with Rodney Hood, right? But
yeah, that's Utah.
Yeah, Rodney Hood's a good player too. But Milwaukee, they're just a team that's coming up, especially with Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker at the power forward position is a very good guy. I mean, this guy has potential beyond max. He's offensively there, and defensively he's pretty good. So I'll give this team not as good as Minnesota, but they're there. They're in that top 3 of the young teams.
You know what? I think you're talking about Michael Carter Williams. Look,
no, that fool's blown out. Michael Carter Williams. I don't like him too much. All right. What year was he drafted? 2013? Was he drafted 2013?
I forgot.
That was a weak draft. That was with Anthony Bennett and all that. So it was a bad draft class.
You have the Greek Freak. You have Jabari Parker, and you have Thon Maker.
Thon Maker. He went 10th.
The mixtape mobster. Okay, this guy is like mixtaped out. You see him doing all this Kevin Garnett stuff. I really wasn't that high on Thon Maker. You know what I'm saying? I was hating on the brother, but if he really shows out and he really balls out, they're going to be like a bunch of Goliaths just smashing. You got to think they're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And, like I said, I think they're going to be relevant on the East Coast.
Exactly, because the East is weak. It really is.
And I think they're shopping the guy I got pissed that they didn't sign. It was a center.
Oh, they got Greg Monroe.
They're shopping him. They're shopping him. Yeah, they're shopping him.
Shit.
So we went over Minnesota, went over Milwaukee. How can we forget about the 76ers? I'm going to get to Lakers. They're like, is there anybody talking about the damn Lakers? Why y'all talking about Milwaukee and all that?
I know, Milwaukee, yeah. Okay, well, the Sixers are in a position where they have to trade, and they have valuable assets to trade. They have Nerlens Noel, Joel Embiid, and Jahlil Okafor. Now, I think Joel Embiid's healthy now, so he's coming back this season. I don't think they're going to trade him because they need to see how he is. Nerlens Noel, rumors are they're keeping him and they're trading Jahlil. Now that they have Ben Simmons.
To me, that's a big mistake. I'm really high on
Jahlil.
I think Jahlil Okafor is a good player.
Jalil's a great player. In my opinion, I would trade Nerlens, but due to the reports, they're saying it's Jahlil. But if what I'm trying to say is Ben Simmons, he is like a point forward. He's similar to Magic and LeBron in that way, where he plays that type of game where he's a passer, but also he's the big guy on the court. So it's hard to build around him. He's a hard player to build. So essentially what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to start over with the team they have. And they have a lot of assets they can start over with. With Okafor, they can trade him to probably get a power forward, because I don't think Okafor plays the power forward. I think he's a old school center type guy.
This is a conundrum that they're in. Okay, they have Ben Simmons, right? He's a point forward. Right?
Yeah.
That hybrid. I think Magic Johnson started it, and then you had a bunch of players. I think Scottie Pippen was somewhat of like point forward, and then you got LeBron James. And then after LeBron James, you kind of had a bunch of wannabes. Okay, I would say like a Tyreek Evans was like a wannabe, and so now you have Ben Simmons, right? And Ben Simmons, his issue is a jump shot. I don't really jump off of jump shots because Magic Johnson, if you look at his Magic Johnson wasn't gonna kill you with no mid-range jumpers.
Yeah, that's true.
He had all of these other things where he could kill you with. He could get to the open guy. So what Ben Simmons is going to have to work on is passing targets, because the thing is he has 3 centers.
Exactly.
Okay. So who am I passing to? Shit, I got 3 centers sitting in the middle.
That's true, and that comes back to the trading. Then they have to trade.
And this is a problem, because if you look at Ben Simmons' game, he's an inside player. He likes to use his body. He likes to use his physicality to go in and get the inside shot. He's not a jump shooter. So he's going to be forced to either take these jump shots that he's not going to be able to make, or he's going to have to throw it into one of these guys. And Joel Embiid, he's looking like a savage, okay? He's looking like a superhero.
That guy can shoot too, actually. Not too well, but he can shoot.
But Joel Embiid, nobody knows what he is. It's kind of like a mystery what Joel Embiid is. But I remember I was like, man, I hope he falls to the Lakers. And then he had that injury. I was like, whoo, we got a bullet.
But he could be really good. And you're right. They need shooting people that can shoot.
That's all they have. If you look at their roster, the guys who stand out are the centers. It's Nerlens Noel, it's Jahlil Okafor, and it's Joel Embiid. And then you have like Carl Landry
and Tony Roden.
Tony Roden and some guy that they got from the D League. I forgot, he was a guy that went drafted late.
I mean, who can blame us? It's Philadelphia. Nobody watches Philly.
Other pieces that's like, okay, you guys have talent, but you may have to resort to trading Okafor, because out of them, he's the one that's most talented. You might get something back out of if you trade Okafor, because if you trade Nerlens Noel,
you're not going to get something.
They had a trade where he was supposed to go to the Hawks, and the Hawks, and they were going to get. It's just all kinds of jacked up. I don't know what they be doing.
But you see, Nerlens Noel's here in the trade value, and Jahlil Okafor is like up here.
Right. You know, so you're going to get more for Okafor, but damn, man, I'm telling you, Okafor is a stud. I know people talk mess about him getting in fights at the club, but
it happens. He's young too. So.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think the Lakers. How can I forget about the damn Lakers? I'm sitting talking about these things.
We have a bright future as well.
Yeah, this is where we're going. I know you guys I see my viewers up there, so I appreciate it. I ain't gonna keep you guys too long, but I'm okay. So we're gonna get into the Lakers, right?
Yes.
So D'Lo is a guy who I see has a potential. Out of all of them, I don't know if he's going to be. Okay, let me ask you: who do you think is going to be the leader of this core?
D'Lo.
Okay.
I see it because he has that confidence off the court and on the court, and on top of that, he's the point guard. He makes really well, and he gets people involved. I saw his college game, and that's what he did. So hopefully next season he can start showing that to us.
Okay.
We will.
I happen to be a believer of. Now, they did a poll on this. I believe Laker Post did a poll on this, and everybody said D'Lo.
Yeah.
After D'Lo was Brandon Ingram. After Brandon Ingram, I think was Jordan Clarkson. No, it wasn't Jordan Clarkson. It was Julius Randle. I
don't see Julius Randle being a leader. I see him being the guy.
I do for some reason. I do. I see that in Julius Randle.
Really?
I see that. For some reason, I see that in him. But
I think he's the most mature. He's the most mature out there. He's a bright guy.
Because the thing was, I guess how I saw it was, a lot of times when Byron Scott was tearing into their ass, he was kind of like the guy. In one game he did kind of like, I don't want to talk.
He's like a moderator.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to talk to reporters, and then he stormed out, and he was like, yeah, he should be mad because he played like crap or something like that.
Also, when you mean leader, what do you mean? Do you mean the guy that's going to be the leading scorer, the guy who's basically that's his team, the leader, kind of like a Draymond, who he's not the best player on the team, but he's the one that keeps them together? What do you mean exactly by leader?
I mean the guy whose shoulders it falls on after a loss.
Oh, well, I think that changes a little bit. Okay, because D'Lo, I wouldn't, damn. I don't know, man. If in that case, right now, I could say Randall, but it's so early to tell for that. Too early. We gotta wait and see how these players play this season.
A lot of it's going to depend on the D'Lo.
D'Lo's going to play
this season. I'm hoping it's D'Lo. I think D'Lo is going to be the guy that's going to lead us. He will. He has as far as tools and stuff like that, fundamentals and everything. This guy has it.
6'6",
He was just stunted. His growth was stunted by Byron Scott. A lot of it had to do with Byron Scott. Some games he just played like crap. I'm just gonna be honest. Some games he played like garbage.
Oh yeah, he did.
A lot of that is it's more to it than just his game. I just think the kid is gonna be really, really good. He's not a guy that you should trade right now because you don't know what he could be.
Exactly.
Right? You don't know. He could be really, really good. Talking about like 3 years, 4 years down the line, he can be really solid.
He could.
Yeah, so I think that ultimately it falls on D'Angelo Russell.
It does.
How this team goes. But Brandon Ingram's going to be getting some buckets.
He will.
Some buckets this year, buddy.
He will.
He's going to be putting up like
this guy, not only can he spot up, shoot well, he runs the ISO, bro. He can like cross you over, bro. And with that height, with that length, it is rare. It is so rare.
I'm telling you, he's long, he's thin, he's wiry. He's going to be a problem.
And you know why I'm really happy we got Ingram?
Yeah.
Now in the future, we can deal with the Kawhi Leonards of this world. We can deal with the Kevin Durant's of this world. The people with that length that is really hard to defend on the wing. When you have one on your own team, oh man.
Let me tell you why I'm excited. I wrote this when I was doing my blog. Is that Brian Shaw was a guy who was integral to the growth of Paul George. Paul George was a
talked about that too.
Like we talked about, Paul George was a good player.
Amazing.
Right? But he said, hey, you want to get to this level that Kobe's at? I work with Kobe. This is the type of workouts that Kobe did.
Yeah.
So you're not putting in enough work. Brian Shaw was a guy that was the mediator between him and Shaq.
Yeah.
Right? So he could possibly be a guy that could, hey, look, Nick Young and D'Lo, y'all got to cut this shit out, man. Y'all got to be bygones, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy that can diffuse situations. He has a history of that. Kobe gave him props about that. So
he does.
Paul George even said it himself. He said, man, Brian Shaw really helped me a lot as far as his development. And he could do that with Brandon Ingram, right? So, I think Jordan Clarkson, he's going to have a little bit more autonomy this year because Kobe, he could be the ball stopper. He ain't got to have Kobe out there. Right. And I think that D'Angelo, a couple times during the games, I kind of was like, man, I don't know. I'm not really sure. With D'Angelo and Jordan Clarkson, their chemistry. Yeah,
I was skeptical too in the beginning, but now I'm starting to lean towards it.
What's up, man? Like, y'all cool or what? Because a lot of times I see like Clarkson was aggressive, and then D'Lo, and this is the thing that he got to step up. He got to step up his fire, his anger. Like, I want to see D'Angelo angry. Like that
That's
game.
The thing.
39 points. I got ice in my veins.
Yeah, that day I saw that he does have that fire in him. Yeah. And then from that day I was like, okay, let's think about why it's not showing. And then all that crap happened.
Right.
But you're right. I had a whole debate with my friend. He's like, D'Angelo Russell just he seems lazy. He seems uninspired. And that's true. His game seemed uninspired last year. He seemed like he didn't care much about
the thing is, it felt like he picked and chose.
Nights.
He was cherry picking which nights I want to explode. Okay, tonight we on TNT because I think it was that night.
Yeah.
He knew that was a national game.
And I got to show up. Yeah.
So his motor, you get what I'm trying to say? It was questionable at times. His motor.
And so this is where Brian Shaw, like you said, the Luke Walters, this is where he needs that person to guide him, right? To tell him that this is what we're going to do. This is a big night. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I think with Byron Scott there, he didn't have anybody to really guide him. The organization was dysfunctional. We were focusing on Kobe. So it really affected how D'Angelo as a rookie. He's like, what is my role? Where is my focus supposed to be as of now? And that's what
Byron Scott was a poor communicator as a coach.
Huge. Okay. Huge. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Poor communicator. Yeah, I think he admitted. He was like, towards the end, when he knew his ass was about to get that head chopped off, he was like, no, man, I think my communication could have been better. Things I could have, I've always, no, right. You about to lose your job, right? So his communication was so bad that D'Angelo Russell at one point had said, I don't know where to improve on.
Exactly. I remember that. He said he got confused.
So it's like, what? Like,
exactly.
Huh? I don't understand that. If you're a coach, you're supposed to be like, you're look at this. Come in the office with me. Let me show you. Go and let's go in the scouting room.
Exactly.
Let me show you the tapes.
And Luke Walton said it best.
You see what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
and that's what I think Luke Walton could do it in a way where he can kind of get at players and they don't have to feel embarrassed, because naturally when you attack somebody, they become defensive.
Exactly.
Right? So coaching has a lot to do with psychology. If you look at Phil Jackson, he used to give out books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do with psychology, right? And another thing is, if you're going to be a tough ass in a winning situation like the Spurs. Don't be a tough ass in a losing situation, because nobody believe in you. When you Greg Popovich and you making Tony Parker cry, you're in a winning. You got a winning formula. All right,
exactly.
You got a proven track record of winning. But Byron Scott, and you're trying to develop a team, and you got this guy over here chucking up crazy shots, and you basically apologizing for him every game. What is that? You see what I'm saying? So I just think that with Luke Walton and Brian Shaw, they have better communication. The communication is going to be way better. Go ahead.
Luke Walton said it best in the recent interview he had in the press conference. He said that to be a coach, it's not about us. It's all about the players. We're just here to guide these players, to help them. And I think Byron Scott, he didn't get that. He didn't know that. Well, he didn't get the message that I'm supposed to help this young core build. I think he was literally trying to win games, and somebody should have grabbed him by the neck and said, "You can't win games, man. You shouldn't play these veterans. You should have played D'Lo more."
They knew that they were not going to be competitive. And I forgot what point. It was maybe like 17.
No, yeah, it was in like November. They realized that.
November, December-ish. Where I believe Mitch Kupchak was like, "Look, man, I got to holler at you, Byron Scott. We got to go upstairs." And my homeboy, I forgot his name to shout him out, but he made a little song talk about a cell phone, like Drake did the hotline bling or something like that. He did a Laker version of that.
Oh shit, okay.
But around that time, they knew that they were tanking, and that was a plan, and they were protecting that pick. Mitch couldn't say it, but he said it's only two ways to get better in this league. He said it's either through the draft or through free agency. So what does that mean? Okay,
we're losing in free agency.
That's so let's protect the pick. And it was just like it was torture for me, man. It was just a long season. I'm glad that Byron Scott's going. I'm glad that we have a new voice. Hopefully it works out. Okay. What did you before we get out of here, because we're about to end it? What is your take on the Luke Walton press conference? What's your take? What did you get from it?
I got from it that this is a fresh start for the Lakers. This guy, he realizes the identity of the team. He realizes what he's supposed to do. He knows he's supposed to be the communicator to the team. He looks like the type of guy that's going to help develop these players more so than just try to compete right now. He wants to help these guys reach their potential. And that's what I see in Luke Walton, and that's what I see in why Mitch hired him. Mitch didn't go out and hire let's just say the San Antonio's assistant coach. That guy, he wants to compete. He wants to he's a coach that's like, okay, he's old school. Let's get this done. Luke Walton's a guy that's like, all right, let's come in here. I'm gonna help D'Lo out. I'm gonna help Brandon Ingram, because that's the player he wanted in the draft. And then from there they went forward. So I think I'm pretty optimistic that Luke Walton's the guy, hopefully, that's gonna help communicate to these players and make them better.
Okay, so look, I really liked his press conference. I think he said everything. He did everything right. Yeah. This is going to be. I really like what he did with the assistant coaches hiring. With that, I think he's kind of in a situation where, damn, I just lost this game 7 with the Warriors. Now I got to start my real job. So he's kind of overwhelmed, right? So it seemed like he was a little bit overwhelmed in there, like. But damn, man, I kind of just got lost a damn game. They throwing a parade in Cleveland. I'm over here talking on the whatchamacallit right now. So it just felt surreal because he was happy that he got his dream job. But at the same time, I'm pulling for him. I really want him to do well. I'm not on a romantic train like a lot of guys are. Like, man, this guy's gonna save the world.
Oh yeah, I don't see it being with him.
I'm happy with the guy if he wins. I'm happy with Luke Walton if he wins 35 to 37 games. That's excellent with this roster. If he gets anywhere near 40 wins, that's excellent.
I said that at most we could win 15 more games than what we won last year.
Right.
That's all I see. I don't see
he's not coming into a job where he has expectations.
Exactly.
Just change the world. But I do feel that the Lakers should have gave some guys some interviews. It just was a little too romantic.
Oh yeah.
Hi, how you doing, Luke Walton? So what do you think? I've been waiting for this my whole life. Let's get married. And then
it just worked out too perfectly.
It was like, damn, bro, you could have gave some other people some shots. I know you were gonna hire him. But at the same time, you had some guys that were qualified. You know what I mean?
Brooks was a qualified guy. I mean, there were a lot of players that people that we missed out on because remember we didn't fire Byron Scott until a week after.
Yeah,
we missed out on a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, the thing was, they got the right coach. We can debate all day, but they got the right coach.
Yeah, I believe so.
This team needs this team needs a coach that they're excited about. I may clown about Luke Walton and all that. They finally have a coach that they're excited to play for. Yeah. Okay, rather than playing for somebody that's like, oh shit, here we go. I got to deal with this person nagging me or bothering me and pushing me and doing all of this stuff. Mm. They're not dealing with that no more. Okay,
that's true.
But my concern is, are you going to be a pushover? Are you going to be able to get in their face? Are you going to be able to tell them?
That's what I've been thinking.
Not playing, right? See, this is something that Brad Stevens. He's a young coach like Luke Walton, but
he should have won Coach of the Year.
Yeah, and what Brad Stevens does, he tells his players, you know, kind of covers his mouth. Hey, you know, you play like shit right there. That was a bad screen. But on the camera, you don't see that. Exactly. He does the facial expressions. He's, you know, man, that was a fucked up screen right there. You just play like shit, you know. and it's kind of like they're like, what just happened?
Exactly.
But he's not embarrassing them. But he's being upfront. He's being straightforward. So can he be the guy that's kind of like telling them, hey, look, man, this ain't Disneyland now. You need to work on this. You need to work on that. Challenging him, because he kind of had an approach like, well, I'm just going to let the guys kind of do what they do and let them be free. If you let them be free and have this joy, I mean, it's going to be so much joy. And I'm like, it's going to be joy with a team that don't play defense?
I think the thing is, I agree 100% with you. I actually thought of that too. You know, Luke Walton's a really nice guy. Throughout his whole career, he's been that nice guy. He just gets along with people. We haven't seen him, when push comes to shove, how effective he can be. And he will be tested. He will be tested. This team is not qualified to win.
I don't want Mickey Mouse. Sometimes I need somebody to go in there and say, look, man, this guy, you know, you got to put a couple players on blast. Let them know.
And Lord knows, I know D'Lo's going to need that. Okay, this guy, he needs that.
A guy that's just smiling in his face and kind of just going with the flow. You need a guy that's going to be like, look, D'Lo, man, you slipping, bro. You over here trying to do all these flashy ass passes.
And I see D'Lo being that type of guy that needs that guidance. Brandon Ingram more so. I think he seems like he's pretty developed with what he can do. I think he'll fit Luke Walton, but I worry for D'Angelo. I really do believe he needs that harsh criticism, but also that pat on the back every now and then. You know?
Oh no, absolutely. He needs both.
He needs both.
It's like a mommy-daddy kind of relationship.
Exactly. You know, he's more of a complex player.
Yeah. You know, Derek Fisher used to be the mommy, and Kobe Bryant used to be the daddy. You know, he'd be harsh, and they run at Derek Fisher, and Derek Fisher's like, "It's okay, baby. It's all right. He's just being Kobe. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." So, you know, they had that little system going, and so, you know, it's gonna be a fun season. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do in free agency. But I guess that wraps everything up. What you guys need to do, you guys need to go follow this guy, Laker Boii Ace, Sami Ahmed, SamiAhmed.
There you go.
And as you see, this guy got talent. He has a wonderful channel. He also has a channel that's similar to what we're doing right now, but it's not live stream. It's more like him and this guy, they're going back and forth and they're debating. So that's called Lakers Guys or Laker Guys?
The Laker Guys.
Okay, go ahead, shout it out.
The Laker Guys, exactly how he said. Me and my homie Walid Awan. You can follow him on Twitter as well. Just go to my channel, check it out. And it's awesome. It's just a channel where we will be posting videos just like this. We'll talk about how did D'Lo do this game? What do we think we need to improve on? What moves should we make in free agency? So on and so forth. It's going to be more intricate compared to my channel, Laker Boii Ace. My channel, Laker Boii Ace, is similar to how you and Mike from Laker Talk do it. You know, just give our personal insight. The Laker Guys is more of I'd like to say joined insight, where it's not just one person's opinion. You question each other, because I think that's the most important part. When you question each other, you find out more about what the topic holds. So
absolutely.
that's all it is.
Please follow this man. All right. And if you got a Twitter, you'll see.
Yeah.
You can add me on Twitter at Eddie Star Blog. Just look for.
Yeah, I'm Sam Nazaf. SAMNASZAF. Kind of hard, but you can rewind it and figure it out.
Oh no, you can find this brother. We're gonna do more of these. We gotta do more of these. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I appreciate all of the viewers that came in here, check this thing out that I'm trying to do, and let other people see. You know, see, it's a lot of guys. It's some great talent. Like Sammy's really good at this. I really like his channel. I really like the Lakers guys channel. You guys got to support guys like this. You got to support Laker Talk, and we got to keep doing more of these. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe with Waleed, my co-host, we can do another live stream sometime.
Oh, we're definitely gonna Waleed, me, you, Waleed. We're gonna talk.
Yeah, he has a lot to say too, so it'll be interesting.
Okay, we're gonna set that up.
Yeah,
but it's been good, guys. It's your boy The Star. Like, comment, subscribe, and holla at my. Wait, I'll let you finish.
Sammy, aka Laker Boii, signing out.
All right, peace.